It's not a typo error. I really intended it to be wrong. The transportation group, the 001 and the 003, the explanation for that is this. There must be some kind of thing that would come out in your head. I configured transportation group. Why something? Why you keep following me? I'm just talking, right?
Yeah, no.
This is a group, all the wolf body and face there.
No.
Now that you move.
No.
When I move, the camera follows me. Are you from Hollywood? No, right?
I might win a golden.
Okay, so let me
Globe.
continue. Those ones in old classes, IS classes of mine, I deduct points because I look for common sense. Yeah? So I just want you to understand that it is something that you should learn on. That when you configure things, it should follow that you should use them for master data. Or you should have a logic that we would use that somewhere else. The other one, check your configuration of the shipping point determination. Because it uses the loading group, it uses the shipping condition, isn't it? Which we will discuss today. So our topic, what?
No, I'm not listening to it.
You will see the determination again later because you may have forgotten our last year's topic. Point determination. Okay? So today we're going to discuss the determination in the sales order. What happens there? Problem, you have to concentrate on this, and I suggest you might want to get a recording of this one. An audio recording.
I'll blur your face. No way.
So you have your master data. Can we continue? 7, right? You have a master data here, guys. Bundle. Okay. So this master data here goes into your sales order. This is your sales document type. Okay? Wendy, listen. So in your sales order here, you first type your sold to party customer 1. When you type your sold to party customer, it looks back at your customer master. It tries to get the sales area. Yeah. Always at the back, no aircon. In front, no aircon. Always in the middle. You might want to move a bit near this. You either
Here.
sit here or sit there. Keep this up. Guys, you are being serviced. This one I have no. You can immediately write now. So maybe one of the issues would be for them not to assign us here. Yeah, this is one of the hottest room. And the last time we were here, I was sweating. So I too don't like it. But look at the vent. When I said there was no aircon, when I looked at the people here, no, Mark, it's cold. Cold for them, hot for us. Yeah, unfortunately. So, right there. Now, this sold to party customer that you enter here, the system now picks your sales area. So once it gets it from there, it puts it here. That's why you have your 1,000-1200 or YY something. A sales order needs one sales area, one only. That sales area comes from your customer master, the sales area data part of your customer master. Okay? So it goes in here, and then you enter your material, you enter the quantity. Right? Now, when we press enter, the system derives the plan. So this one should not be too difficult because this is a repetition of basic SD, but we're doing it again. I'm going to maybe we can put it there and make it like this because I also feel hot. we said we created a sales order, we entered the customer, we entered which the system picks up the sales area. So this sales area comes from the sold to party customer. So when you create a sales order, where does the system get the sales area data from? It gets it from the sold to. Why not any other? That's the only one I placed so far. Okay, from the sold to. Now, the system determines the plant. In determining the plant, the system checks into three things. Where's your big paper? Page 1. In page 1, the sales document type, there's a step number 1 here. This one is optional. Your page 1 is sales document type, isn't it? Do you see sales document type, page 1? Where's your paper? On the sales document type, on the top right side, look for a box called Is it correct? Does it say check info record? Brian?
Read info record.
Read info record.
It's only check.
Okay, are we there? Brian, did you bring the extra? Yep. Can you give it to Mr. Lee? Mr. Lee, return it. Just see. I want you to see what it is. So if you don't have the paper, sit with someone who has the paper. That's extra.
Where is this read info record?
Top right side. Is it page 1? Okay. Jim, can you go to that place so at least there's 2 of you that you can connect and you can find faster? Yeah? You're all alone in there. So read info record, did you find it?
Yeah.
So this plant determination is a sequence. It starts with number 1. Number 1 means it checks CMIR, optional. This optional means it checks the document type that you're doing. Does it have a check on read info record?
Yes.
Yeah? What I'm saying is, if there's no check on the read info record, it goes to number 2. It does not do number 1. Are we clear?
Yes.
Understood? Yeah? So on the top right side, there's a read info record there. How do we translate this into a requirement? The sales document type controls whether during plant determination the system will check the CMIR or not. It's controlled from here, from page 1. Are you strong enough to bring it up? Can you put it there? Because they're very hot. Our main guest is there.
Yes.
Or else you will go to bonded. Control from the sales document type on the read info record option there. Clear? So, if that box is not ticked, not checked, if it's blank, yeah, the system ignores this, it goes to step 2, which is, remember SH? SH is the ship to party customer. So if this box is not ticked, it goes to step number 2. But if it is ticked, it goes to number 1. Yeah? If it is checked. Now, so in plant determination, the system uses a step-by-step checking. If it finds an answer, it no longer proceeds to the next step. It only has 3 steps to go. First, it checks. Should I check the CMIR master record? Yeah? Should I check the CMIR master record? What will it do? It goes to the OR that you typed in. It goes to page 1. Is there a read info record there? If there's none, it goes to the second step. Yeah? So it goes to the ship to party customer, it looks for the plant. If there is a plant in the ship to party, it does not go to step 3. It gets that plant and it places it here. Okay? Now, assuming in the ship to party customer, it's not there. There's no plant in the customer master. Then it goes to the last one. It goes to the material master. It gets the plant there. Okay, Ivan. Right? Now, if still in the material master there is no plant, you will get an error message. Okay? Repeat again. In the sales order, if you have an item there, or if you have a service, a normal item, a service item, it is always required to have a plant. There must be a plant. Clarification na, either an item is an actual product or it is a service item. Okay? Because you can also have other items aside from those two. Example, there is a possibility of a text item in a sales order. The text item is not really an item, it's an instruction. Look for Mr. Lee and be there by 11 o'clock. It's an instruction to the driver. That is called a text item. It does not need to have a plan. I am referring to the plan being mandatory if you have a service item or an actual product. Clear? So don't bring out something that I never mentioned. So maybe later you have a sales order, you always look for the plan. No. There are other kinds of items which might not need a plan. Only if there is an actual product or there is a service that is being sold, then you need a plan. Are we clear with plant determination? Tommy? You can have a picture, there's so many plants. Okay? Now the topic for today is data determination. You will have to contend with 6. It's a very long discussion. There's no tutorial for today. The 6 topics are backward scheduling, forward scheduling, precise scheduling, daily scheduling, I forgot the other 2 later. Huh? Bonded, maybe bonded. Backward, forward, precise, daily. Now, pay attention to the 5 and 6. This 5th and 6th is controlled from your sales document type, from your page 1. But if you look at your page 1, it's not there because it got finished before this was conceptualized. So if I were you, at the bottom of page 1, the sales document type, on the sales document type, somewhere there, you add this to delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling. This precise and daily scheduling is controlled from okay, so this will be our discussion today. Take pictures.
The sales document type.
The page 1 is sales document type. That is SATY.
So you want us to write the 5 and 6, right?
It's a 2 options at the bottom because that one controls delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling. Don't look for it there. It is not there. I'm asking you to add it there. Okay? Do you have SAP? Okay. Now, at the back, one of you are logged into SAP. Go to IMG. I'm going to point where this is. Go to IMG. Did you send me? If I did, you send me that one that I asked. This document type controls whether this one will happen or not. Yeah? IMG, sales and distribution, basic functions, delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling, and then the first option there, delivery scheduling by sales document type. Open it. You will see columns there, which is dependent on the sales document type. This one can be a checkbox inside your page 1. But it is not there because this one was done after page 1 was finished. Yeah? So my suggestion, you might want to add it there. So you will understand that because of the sales document type, I can turn it on or off. Okay? Let me repeat. You might not be there. Mr. D, you're not there yet. IMG, sales and distribution, basic functions. Paul, are you there? You're Paul, right? No, not Paul. Tony. Tony Gao. Okay. So I have not changed your name yet. Tony, are you there? Yeah.
Basic function?
Wendy, are we there? Soon. Are you going there soon?
Yes.
Yes. IMG, sales and distribution, basic functions, transportation scheduling, and delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling. Did I say it correctly?
Yes.
And then delivery scheduling by sales document type. Is that word for word correct? This is perfect. See what he did? This is my discussion now. Okay? Last time though, it was very easy for you. Now it becomes true or false. Easier, isn't it? It's supposed to be easier if it's true or false. Owen, you can sit here, Owen. IMG, sales and distribution, basic functions, delivery scheduling, transportation scheduling, delivery scheduling by sales document type. Are we all there? Okay.
So this is the fifth lesson or sixth.
I don't know. But I know this is data determination lesson
Okay,
today.
can.
Yeah? Today's data determination lesson. The one I said we're going to discuss page 1, that will be next meeting. But we're touching on it already. Okay? Now, let me repeat. When you create a sales order here, you have to choose the document type. So far, we've been choosing OR. Yeah? It's okay. It's the same as if we choose RO, we choose CS. They're all different order types. Now, sources of information getting into your sales order would be master data. Imran, dictate please. What are the master data that we know so far?
Same.
Huh? What are the master data?
Same.
Master data. Huh? We have 3 already on the board. What are those master data?
CMI.
TMI.
Ship to. Ship to.
Ship to is a customer.
Yeah, okay.
It's a different kind of customer, but it's a master data.
Yeah.
So there must be one from last time. There's 2 more.
Output,
Output and
condition record, condition record. IMG,
so this is master data plus IMG
above, other sales documents.
Okay? These are the possible inputs when we create a sales order. So when we go into creating the sales order, we choose the document type. So this document type has an option there called Read Info Record, which will come into play later when we go plant determination. Then we enter sold to party, customer 1. We entered now, the system now automatically derives the sales area. This sales area came from here. It came from here. I'm redoing what I did
Yes.
there on the other side. Huh? Okay. Then we enter the material, we enter the quantity, and then it's the plant. What will this be? Okay, so the system does a sequence check. Sequence means it has to start with 1. With number 1, it has a question. Can you check that one? If this is checked, then it uses CMIR. That's number 1. If there's no check here, it goes to number 2. So when it checks CMIR, does it find plant there? Okay? Remember, what are the 10 things we find in CMIR? Amen? CMIR. CMIR, what do we find in CMIR? Huh? Yeah, very good. Customers, material code, customers, material description, plant, delivery priority, partial, and then complete, minimum, delivery quantity, I think a lot of you got surprised when this came out as a 15 option 1. And then, quite a number of you, they chose 10. Did it say choose 10 from there? No. It just says, is this in CMIR or not? There were actually, I think, 6 only from the 15. And then a lot of you had to count 10 ticks on the true because they did not read, you did not read the instruction. It just said, check the field. Is it in CMIR or not? I remember there's 10, tick 10. Goodbye. Bonus. Now, true or false. Huh? So that one is here. Do you have a CMIR? Do you have a plant in CMIR or not? If it's blank, then it goes to the second one. Ship through party. Okay? It checks the plant. If there's a plant, then it uses that. If there is none, it goes to the third one. The material master. So this one and this one exactly the same. We now move. After determining the plant, the system determines the shipping point. Okay? The use of the shipping point is because we need to process delivery. We have to create a delivery for that product. So, unlike the first assumption, we always need a plant if the product is a service or a real product, but here we need a shipping point only if the item requires a delivery document. If the item requires a delivery document. Because creating a delivery document requires a shipping point. If in your sales order the item has no shipping point, the assumption you do not deliver. Correct? Am I clear? Somebody's missing. Our precious stone is missing. Could she be in room 2?
She went already. She went already.
Oh, okay. So, shipping point is important only if a delivery document is going to be created. Listen now. based on page 1, page 2, page 3, there is a setting there that would say if a product would require a delivery document. Go to page 2, item category. On the item category, on the top right side, you see relevant for delivery. Top right side, is that the correct word?
Item relevant for delivery.
Okay.
Third item.
That one is only for service items. Service or text items. Sorry. Make mistake. Text or value items. You see the relevant for item relevant for delivery? That checkbox in the item category tells SAP if a text or value item requires TEXT. A text or value item will appear in a delivery document. A text item will be look for Mr. Lee in item 10 in the sales order. Whatever is the item category there, does it need to appear in the delivery document? The item category should have a tick on that box. I'll repeat. I think I made a mistake in the beginning. Correction, please. The item category, through the checkbox called item relevant for delivery, dictates if a text or a value item appears in a delivery document. Okay. Is it necessary to appear in a delivery document? Don't ask me more about text or value. We'll discuss later. My point is, the item category is used to say, is this text or is this value item going to appear in a delivery? Okay? Now, for any other item, which is not a text or value item, you go to the schedule line category. Some people say schedule line. I don't care. Schedule line, at least we know each other. Page 3. Is it page 3? On the schedule line category, on the top right side, there's another checkbox. They look the same. Item relevant for delivery. Correct? That item relevant for delivery in the schedule line controls any other kind of item. If it is not a text or value item, that checkbox says, is that item going to be in a delivery document? As it says, relevant for delivery. Okay? So, recap, take 2. The item category says, is the item a text or value item? If it's a text or value item, that box becomes important. If it has a tick, that item appears in the delivery document. I'm only mentioning text or value item. This is for the item category. Okay? So, if you have a tick, the line item that says, look for Mr. Young, it will appear in the delivery document. Okay? Guys, I'm telling you 50% true, there's another one. That is for shipping later. But for now, that is 100% true for now. Okay? There's another precondition later. Let's just go with this. The item category controls if a text or value item is relevant for delivery. So that is the simplest one. Right? Is that the most, the best sentence that you can absorb?
So, check the tick. Text will appear in the delivery.
Whether yes or no, a check means it will appear.
No check means you will not.
Correct.
Even if you tap.
Is it even a checkbox? I think it is. Okay? So, again, the item category dictates whether a text or value item is relevant for delivery. I avoided to say relevant for delivery because that's the name of the field.
What do you define as value item?
It's a value contract. A value contract is a value item. Yeah? But let's know more about sales first before we go into the nitty-gritty. I will repeat this when we discuss item category. Next, the schedule line category has the same one. For any other item which is not a text or value item, the schedule line category controls if it is relevant for delivery. If the item is relevant for delivery. Relevant for delivery. Item relevant for delivery. This one,
What else is relevant besides item value?
only those two. For the item category, only those two. If there's more, I would have said. You didn't understand.
No, for the schedule line.
For the scheduling,
Yeah.
everything else. Any kind of item, as long as they're not categorized as text or value, which means the normal product. Any product that you're having, it's not a text product, it's not a value item. Just, how do I say it? Because I am not there yet. I'm just talking about relevant for delivery or not. Do not overextend because I'm not into that. The intention for this one is to talk about whether we're going to have a delivery. Because it said shipping point is required to have a delivery. Yeah?
Okay.
So we jump from there because I said it's required. Then you will think, so what kind of item? How do we configure? So the system will know it is required for delivery. Then you quantify or you qualify. If the item is a text or value item, you look at the item category.
So meaning that as long as we have a shipping point.
It means that item will appear in the delivery, whatever kind of item it
So
is.
what I mean is that as long as there's a shipping point, that means we will have to either take the scheduler category that is meant for the
Or the
item,
item category.
or the item. Either
Okay.
one we will have to take, right?
For any kind of item. Remember, your sales order can have 5 items. It can have a text item on item 10. It can have a regular item on item 20. But I'd go it the other way. The other way. Your item has a tick. One of those two has a tick. You have to configure shipping point determination. You're doing it the wrong way. Yeah? You should make sure that this one appears. You are a consultant now. You're not looking at it from a user point of view. So, if your item requires a delivery document, you have to make sure that this one is
Stated.
that this one is determined by SAP. If it is not determined, something is wrong. Now,
this group chat.
huh? Yeah. Okay? Because if your item or your schedule line does not require delivery, then there's no need to create a shipping point. That's why I made a mistake on my first sentence. As a service item, typically does not require a delivery document. So if you have an item there, which is a service category there, and on the schedule line, if there is any, you will not see a tick on those two. Get me? The point is only shipping point. Huh? Don't overthink it. Because I have a specific time for those things. Okay? Don't extend it. We're introducing it to you. Basta. Ano pa? Bagus. Up to that one only. Bagus or tak bagus? Confusing? Okay. Let's make it simple again. Shipping point is required to create a delivery. Is that simple enough?
Yes.
Okay? So forget the rest. No. If you're getting confused, forget it. We're going to tackle it later.
Yeah.
What I'm going through is I'm extending the knowledge to you. If you're getting confused, then cut it. I have a time to discuss that again. It's not as if I'm not repeating it. I am extending the topic so you will know that there is somewhere where it goes. There must be a certain config. This is a configuration class. This is not an end user class anymore. Right? So stop it first. Then we will discuss that later. Hopefully you can pick it up. At that time you still cannot pick it up, then what can we do? We go to the bonded warehouse. Okay? So erase this. Forget this first. Shipping point. We have a shipping point. The product needs to be delivered. How is it determined? This time now, it's combination of fields. IMG. Is Tony always happy? Eh? I hope you're not smiling at my face, huh? IMG, logistics execution. Oh, you ran out of space, right? There's plenty here, there's 3 layers here, you ran out of space. Yeah, okay. So, configure first. IMG, logistics execution, shipping, basic shipping functions. IMG, logistics execution. Get out from sales and distribution. IMG, logistics execution, shipping, basic shipping functions, shipping point and goods receiving point determination, assign shipping point. You must have gone through this during your assignment, right?
Correct.
Yeah. That is why I'm there now. So you will see where is the corresponding config. Assign shipping point.
Basic shipping function. Then shipping point and good shipping point will be assigned shipping point. Okay.
Soon, are we there? Wendy, are we there? Not there. IMG, logistics execution. IMG means you must have typed S Pro, huh? You always laugh immediately, Master. IMG? Why, Mr. Dion?
Execution.
IMG, logistics execution, shipping. Basic, is it very slow? Basic shipping function. Slow. So maybe Wendy take a peek at soon. Soon, how is it? Coming soon? You're there. Can you show a bit to Wendy because her, you know Mac, huh? We're both using Mac, a bit slow. And then assign shipping point. Click that. Click assign shipping point. You will see the 3 combinations of plan, okay?
Shipping point, good shipping point determination.
Correct. And then assign shipping point. Okay. Wendy, take a look at soon if your Mac is not yet there. I'm also using a Mac. Sometimes our connection is not so good. Was it the person from this class who said our access point should not be placed that high? Was it that person from here?
No.
Yeah, one of my students said.
Why you say that?
Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. He said because it bounces on the hard walls, which gives a ping, what is that? Echo or something? I don't understand. Interference, right? Which means it should be a bit lower. Is that it? Okay, is that? No, somebody did say. That is why you're not getting good signal because you put it there on top. Put it lower.
Bullshit.
Maybe put it on my head. So as I walk, you get the signal.
No, it's not that.
Huh?
It's also because of the glass. Glass will tend to absorb part of the rays away. And
So
water,
it goes out.
no, it will reduce the signal. Also, wall.
Wendy,
Thick
are
walls.
you there now? Or take a look at Suna. Daniel, are we there?
Yes.
I have to ask everyone because if you're not there and you do not tell me, I would not know. Yeah? The trainer is very fast. He does not confirm with me if I'm there. Yeah? Now I ask everybody. Correct. I would sure later on I would see that the trainer is very fast. Now, the plant, this one, look at the arrow. Arrow. Look at the arrow here. It came from there. So the source of the plant could be CMIR. It could be shipped to. It could be the materials. or it could be the last one in the sales document, because you can change it in the sales document. So the source of this plant, not this one, this one could come from any of these four. Okay? Owen? Now, the shipping condition, it comes from two places. The shipping condition comes from two places. Now, page 1 again. Somewhere on the delivery section, you will see shipping condition there. So the shipping condition, I did not show this to you in the last basic class. Now we'll be specific. The shipping condition, number 1, it gets it from your order type, so sales document type. Do you see that? On the delivery section somewhere?
Shipping section.
Shipping section. Apologies, shipping section. You see a shipping condition there. That shipping condition there is used for cash and rush.
Orders.
Cash and rush.
Rush, R-U-S-H. In cash and or rush order, the shipping condition is taken from the config. It means the system ignores the shipping condition from the sold to party. So if you're not doing cash or rush, the system gets it from your sold to party customer. Now this one is the full word, this one is the shortcut, so tua, same. So this plant could come from this shipping condition comes from number 1 from your sales document type. Okay? Now, if your transaction is not cash or rush, it goes to number 2. Look at your order type. You're using OR, isn't it? Did you notice the shipping condition there is blank? So if that one is blank, in this case you're doing OR, the system checks your sold to party customer. Okay? Well, understood? Saya, don't be shy. It's less than 20 people in class.
So if you take the rush as the
If this one you type RO, the system gets it from RO document type, the shipping condition. Okay? /O VOVA. Your page 1, it has the path, it has the transaction code, isn't it? Do you see it on top? It shows you the path, it shows you also the transaction code. Can you go to that, /O, so you can see both? Can at least someone in the middle so you can share PCs? It's a bit slow. Okay, can you work as a buddy, guys? Have one of you do it. So on VOV8, you instead of OR, look for RO. or look for CS instead of OR.
Cassius, series.
Did you see? If you're choosing RO, do you see a code there? 10. Is there an immediate there? 10. RO. Instead of OR, look at the shipping condition field. There's an entry there. On the shipping box. Susan, look at the right side. Look at Brian's PC if you don't find it. Tony, did you find? Can you share with Soon, please? Share, share, share. Where is it? At the back? Did you see? Did you open RO? Did one of you open CS? Open CS, you would see the same thing. What is this?
Sorry, it's mine.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Samsonite, huh?
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick. Nothing, eh?
No worry.
No worries, huh?
Yeah, no worry.
See, so many wires.
R2D2.
After dito, okay. Did we see? What's the entry in shipping condition? 10. Ivan, do you see that? If not, go to Tony Gao here. Tony Gao, share, right? Share with Ivan. Tony, Ivan. Ivan, Tony. He owns a company. He will hire you. Do we see that, Ivan? Friend, I forgot your name. John? Sit. Okay. Why am I forgetting seat? Huh? Seat and soul. I should never forget. Okay. Now, if you're doing a cash transaction, it always uses that number 10 instead of checking the customer master's shipping condition. If you're using cash transaction, that is how it translates. That shipping condition is the one being used so that you ship fast. Number 10 is immediate. Did you notice? Did everybody see number 10 there? What it means is this. Do not put number 10 in your customer master. You reserve that number 10 only for cash and rush. Because that number 10 is used in another way. Not only the shipping point determination. And we will discuss that in shipping. Okay? That number 10 that you indicate in the order type RO and CS should only appear there. If you create your customer, of course, shipping condition, it's also possible there's number 10 there. It's the same field. Do not choose number 10 for customers. That is the typical practice in real life. Okay. When we go to shipping, you will know why. I will not go there now because last time will not understand now. Right. Now, after the shipping point is determined, the system determines the route. The route. This shipping point, by the way, allows us to have information. The shipping point contains now, I regress a little. If the item category or the schedule line has a tick and you do not come up with a shipping point here, it will not also appear in the delivery. Because this shipping point is the prerequisite to create a delivery document. So the one that says their item relevant for delivery, it just tells you better compute for your shipping point. Because in the end, you should have a delivery for them. You get that? It's not the other way around, right? If your item, you intend to create a delivery, number one, either the item category or the schedule line should have a take on relevance for delivery. And then, you have to make sure that when you create, you test a sales order, the shipping point should be determined. If it's not determined, then you're not completing the cycle. Okay? Now, when we say the route, we look at the origin and the destination. Can I erase this now? But this one and this one is the same, right? So you want small copy, big copy. Picture them. So I can erase this and put the root. Mr. Lee, take picture. You know, I've been teaching since 2002. So I've been in an era where there's no camera phone or taking pictures is not the fad. We used to have better consultants without the camera phone because you learn more if you write it down. The picture is convenient. When you look, that's it. Did you write it down? The more you write it, the better. It becomes, you can absorb the topic more. But nowadays, how to force writing? No, even the phone cannot answer. Write it. Okay. Finish? A few more minutes and we go on break. By the way, sorry, we're going home early today. Going home early. Because there's no tutorial today. Huh? Huh? Good? But the bad thing is, I don't understand why do we have a class on Monday? If we didn't have a class on Monday, we would have been in Philippines tomorrow.
No class.
Why? You're surprised? You didn't know?
Monday.
Yeah, 22nd.
Oh, it's nice I mentioned that, or else somebody will come on Tuesday.
Monday.
It's because of Christmas.
Tuesday.
I need to go back. If there was no class Monday, tomorrow I'm gone.
You cancel class.
9:58. So this is the route. We have a country egg like this. We subdivide this into transportation zones. Guys, are you on VOV8 right now? Can you go SPRO again? We're not using the VOV8 anymore. /NSPRO, IMG, enterprise structure, definition, logistics execution, shipping point. I will repeat. IMG, enterprise structure, definition, logistics, execution. I just said execution, general. IMG, repeat again, huh? Enterprise structure, definition, logistics, execution. Tony, execution, not general. Logistics, execution, and then define, copy, delete, shipping point. Okay? Now, open shipping point, y something. YY something, right? Was it YY or only one Y?
Why?
YY. So many Y's. Now, so, favor. In your tutorial, there was, because this is another track,
Okay.
I hope I removed it.
Okay.
In your tutorial, you had a shipping point determination on the assigned part. Can you read to me the details of the shipping point determination? Everybody open your shipping point YY something. What is the transportation zone there? The departure zone.
Double zero.
6.
Yeah.
So in your shipping point, so guys, this is a transportation zone. But our shipping point is here. Sorry, our plant is here, where together with the plant, we have our shipping point. Yeah? This particular part, this one, instead of calling it transportation zone, we call it departure zone. Correct? A departure zone is nothing but a transportation zone. So why did SAP come up with a different term? It wants to tell you it departs from here. It departs from that transportation zone. Yeah? In your customer C1 is over here. This one now is also a transportation zone. Sometimes it's called recipient zone. I-E-E-I.
EIPIENT.
Recipient zone. Sometimes it's called receiving zone. Okay? What it connotes is from here, we will bring it there. So this zone is a transportation zone also. But that transportation zone, if that is where our customer is, it becomes the place where the customer receives the product. Okay? Now, did you open the tutorial? In the shipping point determination, it says use a certain combination. I hope I changed that. Sorry, it's on the route determination. Your departure zone is D, 4 zeros, 2 4 zeros?
Yes.
Then I'm okay. I think this is the one I changed. This used to be 9 zeros and a 2. Oh, that's the customer? Okay, then I'm mistaken. But that one is a point where you can also use logic. Because when you configured route determination, there was there a departure zone. Does it match with your route? Right? Does it match with your shipping point?
It's okay.
What is happening here?
Yeah.
Someone's angry at me.
Yes, that's mine.
Okay.
I pull it out just in time.
No problem. So in your shipping point, there's a departure zone. You see there, D 4 zeros, 2 4 zeros. In your customer, there's a transportation zone. It says there 9 zeros and a 2. Correct? So when you configure for route determination, you should use these. Okay? So route determination uses this 2 plus departure zone and country. In your shipping point, is there a country there?
Yes.
In your
Yes,
customer,
yes.
there's also a country and a transportation zone. So whether you go from here to here using this way, using that way, or using this way, would now cater to additional criteria. So when you do route determination, it also uses shipping condition and the transportation group. So, transportation group could be, do I transport by MRT? So if it's MRT, I have to go this way. Right? Do I transport by certain kind of container? By truck, by plane, by whatever? So I use a different route. Okay? So this two plus this one equals route determination. So in route determination here, we use another set of combination. From the ship to party, we use the, from the shipping point, we use departure, zone, and country. This is from the shipping point. You're there right now, you're here. You see this departure zone and country. So remember, it's the shipping point. Now, from here, where are you going? You're going to your customer. Wherever we deliver the item, that is our ship to customer. So, transportation zone or receiving
zone or recipient zone
or
recipient
zone. So I'm writing all, so when you see true or false, you know what I'm talking about. This is not a surprise, I even wrote it down. And country from ship to party. Then, so this is shipping condition which is again, number one, it could be from your sales document type if you're using cash or rush, or the fourth one is your transportation group. Which is from your material master. Okay? So, this route here, to compute for this, we use this form. The importance now, I put importance. The route is important because we have transit time and transportation planning time. Also, on the route, we can predetermine or we can default a shipping agent or a transportation agent or a forwarding agent. Okay, then we go for break. Or false? Huh?
Departure.
Zone and country from ship to party customer? True or false?
Oh.
Huh?
True.
False. I just say, oh, this is. The way she look at me, I said, huh? I said, I'm correct. What I'm correct? Departure zone and country from ship to party customer is the ship to party.
Shipping point. That I read that one, but then that's why I got confused.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? Just I explained this part. I lost a bit.
Replay.
Recording already, right?
Yeah.
The deposit and some shipping point. This one comes from shipping and this one comes to
Lee Chuan Chun, that's you, don't sign again. Lin Chinwa, the two of you. And Go Kian. I'm going to create a sales order, 3A01. I type the document type that I'm going to use. I type OR. Are we guys seeing this?
Mhm.
So when I type OR, I have these things on the screen. When I type the sole two-party T-S50820, I press enter. It's telling me, oh, December 25 is a holiday, but it says warning. I say I don't care. I talk to the customer, and it will be open on December 25. So I just press enter. No problem. Now, when you enter this customer, if I go down here, you see the sales area is there? Guys must stand at the back. Can you see?
Yes.
Too small, right? Now, if I open the sole two-party customer's record, yeah? Look, guys, from the sole two-party customer on the sales area data, this customer is under sales area 1012.00. That one explains this one, 1012.00. That is where this sales area comes from. It comes from wherever this sole two-party is maintained in. This is the sole two-party. Okay? Now, I'll type the material. T-AS120. I'll change it. I think I don't have stocks. I put 10 pieces. Let's not do anything on SAP, please, so at least I can do my demo.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Everybody follow you.
No need. So when I press this, I press enter here. Did you see there's an item category here? And there's also a plant on the right side. The plant here is 1000. I'll click, double click here to be item specific. I'll go to the shipping tab. This is where the plant came from. You see the plant is there? This particular plant is taken from either CMIR or ship to party or material master. Now, how will the system know if it has to go through CMIR? We now check. I type OR, did I not?
Yes.
I'll come back to this just in case I'm forgetful. I am Mr. Young. I did not remember what did I type. I press here. Do you see the document type I used is there?
Mhm.
Now, go to the left half /OVOVA. Guys, don't use this again. Throw to the right. Oops.
Mhm.
So I'll open OR. When I double click OR here, I see on the right side, it says read info record. Now, it says read info record on the left side. Now, to determine this plant, so I went to the header. To determine this 1000, it will first check the info record, the customer material info record. From my document, you're looking at things a bit differently. I'm moving from the order only. From my sales order, I can take a look if there is a CMIR. So by looking at the sales summary, I can see the summary of details of this customer, including CMIR, including old orders, any pending order, any pending delivery. You will see that here. Lower. You see that there are document references there. It means I'm talking to Susan. Susan is my sole party. While we're talking, I'm able to jump and see the record of Susan. You see here, this one, customer material info. If you see this in SAP, there's an arrow pointing to the right. If there's a green color at the bottom, it means positive, pregnant. There's something there. Yeah? If it's green, Because if there's nothing there, it's gray in color. Did I pronounce it properly? Gray.
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 Great.
Okay. Great. Okay. So,
Gray in color.
so I click here. It brings me to CMIR. See this? This is the CMIR for that cost. See, I jump. When I go back to the sales order. So if I click the details here, I know I have a record, and I know because of OR, the system will read the CMIR. If I look at the details here, where's the plant here? All the effort we went through, is there a plant? At least it checks CMIR. Yeah? Now, Mastan, checking CMIR or not checking CMIR, how do we do that? In my company, if you implement SAP, I always want the system to check the CMIR record every time I create an OR document. How do you configure that then?
Check the
Complete. You're now a consultant. Every time I create an OR document in my company, it should read the info record. So, what will you do? Complete the sentence, Susan.
We'll go to the sales order type information.
Which is on VOB8, and then
Then you click on the item on read the
Sales document.
read info record.
you jump. You just go to VOB8 and then click the read info record. Something is missing there. Brian, what's missing? Nothing. Everything is present. So, of course, you have to look for OR. Yeah? Guys, we're consultant, we have to be precise, a little bit precise. When we try to say, okay, Mr. Mastan, this is what I will do with my implementation in your company. I'll open OR. Where? VOV8. If you don't know VOV8, I'll give you the path. I have the big paper. This came from Mark. No, from Jade. Okay? Then, I will put a tick on a field called
Read info record under
Read
general
info record.
control.
So, having a tick or a check on that box, it means every time you create a sales order using, order type, OR, right? OR, now you're completing the thought, everything is there. The system will use CMIR in what? The system uses CMIR in what? In plant determination. In plant determination. See, the complete one. Consultant. One box. You now have like 19,700 boxes more to do. Okay? So we go back. I go back again. I am now back in the sales order. Okay? So I check the plant. How is the plant determined? If CMIR is blank, what's next, Tony? Ship to party customer. So from the sales order, the system jumps. It checks the ship to party customer. Look at the screen, guys, because I become slow. If you also, Daniel, you're ticking there. Is that QOO? Plant determined. So when I click the ship to party, where do we find the plant? Mastan again. Where do we find the plant in the customer master? Where? In living room, bathroom, bedroom. Where? Imran? The one in the middle is? Sorry, sir. Mr. Hidayat, where do we find the plant? Can we help Mr. Mastan? In the sales area data. So guide me. Mastan, where? Where do we find the plant? Shipping. Is there a plant? Yes. Okay. So the system will get this. That is our lesson for today. that is supposed to be 100% correct, but it's only 99% correct. The 1% accounts for the possibility that you might not have all the items in this plant. The reason why we indicate a plant in this customer's record may be because we prioritize plant 1000 if the customer's ordering an item that's there, it's near that customer's place. But you must agree with me, my company has 5 plants. Do I have all my items in each and every plant? I may not have. Okay? If you don't understand me, just skip. For exam purposes, in determining the plant, does the system use the ship to party if there's a plant there? The answer is yes. In real consulting life, the answer may be. I check first, is the material the customer ordering available in that plant? Yeah? Real life and classroom. Classroom has exam. I cannot have a maybe answer. Correct? So if you don't understand me, then skip. Just remember, plant determination, first step, Susan, always true or false. In plant determination, the system always uses CMIR, Hidayah, true or false?
False.
True?
False.
Isn't it true?
False.
Why?
Unless I check.
Correct. Because now it's a qualification, right? So if I say always, it's false.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
there's no maybe there. Because now we introduce you to that checkbox. So it starts with CMIR followed by Wendy. If CMIR there's no plant, where does the system go? In plant determination. Ship to party, customer. If there's no plant in the ship to party, where does the system go? Can we imagine this one is blank? Then, I'm going back to the sales order, I go and check the material. In the material master, it's on sales org data 1. Sales org 1. See this? This is the one that should always have a plant. In real life, we do not normally put a plant in the customer. In the customer master, it's typically blank. Unless it's very, very clear that the customer is beside one plant. Okay? We normally keep it blank. CMIR is a specialty. If Lee orders this product, get it from that plant. Maybe because I know this one exists in that plant. Correct? Now, the third one, the material should always have a plant because this is the last step. If you don't have a plant here, what will the system do?
Error is
It
something
gives
wrong.
an error.
Yeah.
It tells you, sorry, you cannot find the
Plant not
plant.
found.
Please enter the plant. Okay? Now, that is plant determination. After determining the plant, we go to shipping point. This is my sales order. It has a shipping point. Now, it has TAN here. This item is a standard item. If I go on VOV7, I told you the item category. If I look at TAN, I highlight. On the right side, item relevant for delivery. It has no tag because this item is not a text or value item. So that checkbox has no relevance at all. Because the product we have here, T-AS119, is an actual product. So we have to go to the next one, which is in here. You will find it here. You will learn this later. Huh? You find what is this?
Schedule on category.
CV, right? Don't force it now. You might not understand, but there it's CV. Accept it, it's CV. We explain later. Now, if I go here, I look for CD. And I click this one. You now look to the right. Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So this one tells the system now that this line item T-AS119 is relevant for delivery. However, I should make sure I have a shipping point here, because if I create a delivery later on, you see this part here? This symbol, the square here with a check,
Mandatory.
this symbol says required.
Mandatory.
It means it is required. So to create a delivery document, you need
a shipping point.
a shipping point. So in your sales order, in my sales order, the schedule line says relevant for delivery. I have to make sure that this one is there. If this part here is blank, do not expect a delivery. Meaning, if that field on the shipping point is empty, you cannot proceed to creating a delivery because the shipping point is a required entry. Daya, okay? Soon? Here? Ivan, a little bit? Huh? Repeat again, okay. So, shipping point is important because it tells us that a delivery document is possible. Because when we create a delivery on VL01N, it's a mandatory requirement. Okay? So, you have a shipping point. Okay? If you look at the item category which I opened, there's no tick on relevance for delivery. Never mind. This item is not a text item. I'll give you an example. Okay.
Do not vestibule. Do not vestibule.
Even no spending. This from spelling again. That is why I'm sure this will come out. When I press enter here, is this an actual product? It's not.
No.
It's not even a service. It's a text item. Look at the item category now. It's not the same as earlier. The earlier one was TAN. Mr. Lee, TATX. I now open.
Slash VO7.
What it says?
Text item.
Text item. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
It means when I create the delivery, that phrase goes into the delivery document. As what? As item 20. As item 20.
Uh-huh.
I'll make it more relevant because this one is not really true. Okay?
Until I
Look
start
for
distributing.
Mastan in the kitchen at 10 a.m. You're eating again. Okay? So look for Mastan at 10 a.m. Why? Because you're going to give the delivery to him. This is the old way of doing SAP. Putting texts there as a line item. The latest way, I'm now going somewhere else, right?
No, but it's
The
okay. I think
latest
it's
way
clear.
is to do this. See this text tab? Please, 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 Mr. Young.
Mhm.
Yeah? Never distribute my videos without paying me royalty.
Wow. Paying more. Okay.
Okay, so that's another way. This text here is not a line item. When you print your order confirmation, it comes out there. If you want it to. Text has a lot of functionality. It can even make it pop on the screen. Another reason for this, customer Young. If I type customer Young, when I press enter, it pops up a message. Immediately, increase the price by 10%. Mr. Young will always ask for 10% discount. But when you print, you better make sure it doesn't. That's part of a text functionality, but it has to be coupled with the correct setting in output. If it gets printed, you're fired. Okay? So this is text. By the way, we're not discussing this, but it's nice. There's a lot of use for this. Look for it later, future videos of mine. So this one is the old way. We have a new way. Now, this text here is the one where your TATX item category says, do you want this transferred in the delivery document? In all likelihood, you want to. Otherwise, what's the use of typing words here if you don't want it printed in the delivery document? Yeah. Okay, so we go back here, item category TAN, we saw the plant. Now we go to the shipping point determination. Shipping point determination is determined by combination. This time it's not a sequence. Combination of shipping condition, loading group, and the plant. What plant? This plant. I can change everything. If I change the plant, the system recomputes the shipping point. That is why sales document is one of the options there. So this particular shipping point, it is determined based on a plant. Plant from where? The plant could come from CMIR, could be from ship to party, could be from
Material
master, or it could be typed in the sales document. Now you understand why I put the fourth one there, which is not a criteria in plant determination. Question, Tony. Okay? Hidayat, question? Imran. Imran, you're the one using SAP, right? So, if you have a question, Imran is there. He is. He's keeping quiet. He's scooping all the bundled warehouse there. Okay, now, shipping point determination, the system uses the shipping condition. You could take the shipping condition coming from VOV8. I don't need to go VOV8 because you have it in your paper, isn't it? So, if, never mind, VOV8. So, if you're using OR, if you highlight this and click, the shipping condition is here. See this? It's blank, right? But if we were using rush order, you see the shipping condition has, not so fast. There. See this 10? If we're using cash, you see the number 10 there?
Below.
At the back, Mastan, you see the number 10? So, in cash and rush order, during shipping point determination, SAP does not look at the sold to party. Yeah? But if you're doing OR, standard order, the system looks at the sales order type or sales document type, OR, it finds a blank shipping condition, it now goes to the customer. That's why there's a number 1 there. So in shipping point determination, to find the shipping condition, the system goes on a check. It checks number 1. It goes to VOV8. Do I see a shipping condition entry on the order type that was typed when you created an order? If there's blank, I will go to customer master sold to party. But assuming I created an order, it's cash. Then, during shipping point determination, to determine the shipping condition, it goes to VOV8, it opens CS, it finds it, it no longer goes to the sold to party. Right? So, now, it also uses the loading group. So in determining the shipping condition, it goes to loading group is from where? Daniel?
Loading group is from material.
From material master. Where is it? It's here. Sales general. Plant. You see the loading group there? It uses that one. It uses the shipping condition. It uses the loading group. And the third one? Plant, shipping condition, loading group. Correct? So now we have the complete one. Now where do we find this? /n SPRO. Guys, now I'm showing you all SAP. So under logistics execution, shipping, basic shipping functions, shipping point and goods receiving point determination, assign shipping point. Now, you saw shipping point and goods receiving point determination. It means in MM, when you receive from a vendor, you have to know which goods receiving point. That is why it could be the same place. Now here, what was the shipping condition? Maybe 10? Or what was that? Shipping condition in the customer was YY, WK, so WH,
WH.
and loading group is YY,
38.
huh?
38.
Plant is 1000. This is SUS configuration. Now, if you see here, it says PRSHPT, MP, proposed shipping point. This is where, this one is what the system will propose. Do you see the letter M there? These M, tons of M's, these are alternative shipping points. In one plan, I could have a shipping point here, I could have a shipping point there, I can have more than one shipping point. Okay? For small items, for big items, I could have different ones. So if I put 1,000 here, when I create a sales order, you will see this, but I can change it into something else if I want to. So let me try it. To put 1,000 here, it means your shipping point 1,000 should be assigned to plant 1,000. Shipping point is assigned to plant, isn't it? So if I put here 2,000, the system might say error because it requires that during shipping point determination, since plant is one of the criteria, the shipping point that you put there should be pre-assigned to the plant. If this shipping point 2,000 is not assigned to plant 1,000, it gives an error. For plant 1,000. Because in enterprise structure, you have to link everything properly. So on shipping point determination, you have YY38 here as shipping point because you assigned YY38 to plant 1,000 earlier. This is how to determine in the sales order. So if I put 1,000 and it does not complain, it means 1,000 shipping point is assigned to plant 1,000. Okay? If I say this, I'm using your code. You will not see this in my sales order because my sales orders have a different customer and material. I'll use yours. You are, sorry, we're not yet there. Sorry, we're not yet there. That's next week. I cannot use your example because we have to assign the sales area to the document type. We're not yet there. So let me just show you the error there. What is your customer code?
6238.
And then your material is?
MUP 6238.
Look at, there will be an error here. Because in SAP, you have to assign the order type to the sales area. Your sales area is YY something. Have you assigned anything? Not yet, right? No sales area could be determined because for OR, was not assigned. But forget that. That's a topic next meeting. I'm not finished with it. So next, let me go back to my original one. Erase. Sorry, I forgot. We have not gone through that part. So I use my original. I use my okay. Then I go back. I cannot use that. Otherwise, I will show you what I will do next meeting. So on shipping here, we understood the shipping point determination. Are we clear with shipping point determination? Okay. Now, soon, tell me, in shipping point determination, which of the following does the system use? Okay, never mind, true or false. In shipping point determination, the system uses transportation group from the material master. True or false? False. The system uses the ship to party. True or false?
True.
The system uses the sold to party.
True.
The system uses the order type. The system uses the shipping condition.
True.
The system uses the plant. The system uses the plant from the ship to party customer. Remember, I have to come up with something that would really make you think. It's not as easy as that. So I better stop. I'm being recorded. Okay, are we clear with it? Now last, Mr. Young, tell me, how is a shipping point determined in the sales order automatically?
Shipping point.
Yeah. You said you're an SD consultant. Explain immediately now. How is shipping point determined in the sales order? I was asked that question. And I was already sweating because I'm very nervous.
So you're trying to make me sweat now?
You sweat now, later on you expect it.
Yeah.
Correct? Imran said, I use SSD.
Okay, Imran, what's the answer?
What's the answer? You will be, when you apply, you will be asked, what? How is a shipping point determined? I applied at Shell the oil company in Manila. They asked me to show the complete. Again, I failed. You fail if you're nervous as hell. Sorry, I'm joking. If you're nervous, you will not get into it. Because you are new to SAP and you're trying to remember. 1 minute, let me open my notes. God. Yeah? Learn it before you go in there. Because there was one, I forgot the name of another oil company. They ask you to do IMG. There's a question and they have, it's a very interactive one, and this is year 1999. When I click, immediately it says wrong on IMG. So there was a question and it says, find where is this? Where do you configure shipping point determination, for example? So I click. Once you click the round claim with the clock, it tells you immediately whether you're right or wrong. And then it comes up with another question. But it immediately, wrong. Chances, no more. Okay. Chevron was the second. Okay. Most of my colleagues, the young ones, were very, very smart. They're now in Chevron USA. All of them are in Chevron USA. They were my colleagues on the very first consulting company who hired me. All the young ones. The old ones, no. That would take a point. Answer. Steve cannot answer.
Yeah.
Help, Mr. C. How is shipping point determined? Okay, let us help them. Tony Gao. How is shipping point determined? In a sales order. Just give me the whole statement.
Shipping point determination.
Maybe that's what I meant.
By plant, shipping condition,
And
the
okay, where did it get the plant? Where did it get the shipping condition? Where did it get the loading group? Think about it. Guys, Now, we're not targeting user level, consultant level. I never said this was easy. You were warned and you still wanted the challenge. Now you will get it. I know about it. Eh? Okay, let's go to the root. When we talk about the root, you have R 00025. The definition of the root is here. There are two places, I'll show you one. On sales topic, it should be somewhere here. On shipping topic, I'll show you another place. They're both the same. This is in your tutorial.
Yeah.
So when we look at the define routes here, define routes and stages or routes and stages. If I highlight this one, I click here. It has the description. It has an option to default a shipping agent, DHL, trucker A, trucker B. But the code that you enter here must be the code created by MM. Because a shipping agent is a vendor that has to be created there. Now, why do you think we need a shipping agent in our sales order? Why should there be a vendor? Mr. Lee, why do we need a shipping agent in my sales order? What?
Because we are getting someone to ship us.
Correct, because they're going to ship our goods out. So we may want to default it because for this route, from here to Woodlands, our most dependable trucker is trucker A. Yeah? If, however, if your customer master has a forwarding agent there, it trumps over this one because the customer has a higher priority. My customer is Hidayat. Hidayat wants trucker C. In the customer master, you see their partner functions? I can put customer there, I can also put a forwarding agent there. I put trucker C. So if he orders from me, it defaults to trucker C because that is his priority. It wins over this. Okay? Now, you see here the transit time and the transportation planning time. Yeah, Mastan. Oh, full already. We have not tackled 1 to 6 yet. Transit time and transportation planning time. This transit time is the time from here to the customer's place. This is 1.0. It's in days. This one is never used. This is in hours and minutes. 8 hours and 23 minutes. This one is never used by the system. I have no answer to you why I said you put it there and then did not use it.
Plan but never.
Correct. Because this is for continuous update on how many. It's for recording purposes. It is also meaning the timing from here to my customer's place. Now this part here is the timing from here, the timing that accounts for the planning stage. How long do I need to plan so that I can secure the trucker and everything, the bill of lading, etc. This one is also in hours and minutes. Okay, this one and this one means the same. You do not add them. This part here is used for daily scheduling. This one is used for precise scheduling. Okay? We're now going to go into the 6 ones. Any question? Forget about the daily and precise scheduling first. I'm introducing it to you. Question? So here, I have my shipping point. I have this lead time. I have my route. I have my this 2 lead times. So in a sales order, this is my customer Susan. Normally, she would have to tell me when she wants the delivery to happen. when should this item be at Susan's plant? So she says, I want it delivered on XX date. Right? Susan wants it delivered on XX date. The system now goes into, where did I put it? The backward scheduling phase. In backward scheduling, this is the date we create the sales order. This is today. SAP always does a backward scheduling first. Susan orders, she wants delivery of this item in March of 2015. Yeah? And she is in Woodlands. From here to Woodlands, I can calculate 1 hour or something. Why should I prepare the delivery now? She wants it in March 15, 2015. March 25, 2015. So, to calculate when do I create a delivery for this, I have to use the March 25 and I have to go backwards. That is why backward scheduling is the term. So, we capitalize on this XX date. Correct? Chin? Seat? Are we okay? Ivan? Do you understand why we always start from here? Because we cannot prepare everything now. Tendency, she needs it in March, it will arrive tomorrow. Yeah? I have to track it backwards first. So from here, the system uses the lead time. This is your transit time. This transit time is in the route. Okay? So this is transit time from the route. It means at this point, I have to post the goods issue. The truck has to leave my factory at this date. This is my transit time. It arrives on time. Okay? Susan almost sleepy but happy. Then, we utilize the loading time. Loading time is from the shipping point. Okay? It means at this point, this we call it load date. If I load here, I use the lead time, I finish here, what will the truck do? I issue it out. If it moves, it leaves the factory, it uses the transit time, it arrives on time. Susan, not so sleepy anymore, but happy. Yeah? Then, from this load date, 2 simultaneous activities will happen. I have here pick pack. Pick pack is from the shipping point. I can also have another one. I have my transportation planning time from the route. Now, let me do the recap. Transit time is here, transportation planning time is here, pick pack time is there, loading time is there. I used all of them. Yeah? So, picking and packing normally happens inside the warehouse. So, this transportation planning time is done by a planner in the planning department. So, 2 simultaneous activities can occur at the same time. Must stand a few more minutes, huh? This part here is called material availability date. This one here is called transportation planning date. Yeah? Now, let us assume one of them is shorter. Let us assume one of them is shorter. It's up to here. This one is up to there. Yeah? Now, whichever of these 2 dates is closest to today should be the date we create the delivery document. So this one here, this one, So we create the delivery on whichever of the transportation planning date or material availability date, whichever is closest to today. If these two arrows does not go, is this beyond?
Mm-hmm.
I always use beyond. Some people say no, beyond is supposed to be in the future, isn't it? This is in the past. I got you there. So if I use another term, at least we understand. If the arrow crosses this barrier, it should have been a statement like this: Brian, I cannot confirm because you should have ordered 2 days, 3 days, 1 week ago, because this arrow crossed today's line. This is already yesterday or last week. Or when? Still awake? So many falling asleep.
So, can we say this is a rush order? I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
I mean, like, you know, we can say, can you deliver fast sometimes?
If it crosses
Yeah,
here,
correct.
we don't save the order, we create the rush order.
Yeah, okay.
But we have not discussed rush order.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Let us not confuse.
Okay,
ourselves.
fine, no problem.
Not yet. We're going to discuss that later. Now, what if I move this today's date? I move it somewhere here. What if today were here? Isn't this the one we were talking to earlier? If this is the today part, then the system says, I cannot confirm. This date, the confirmation 0. That one will now show in your scheduling category, in your scheduling level. So that So if I create a sales order, and the date I put, remember your pick pack time, your loading time, and your shipping point was 1 day each. No? Your transit time is 1 day, your transportation planning time is 1 day. So at max, because 2 of them are simultaneous, you need 3 days. What if the customer says, I want it tomorrow? So this one, customer, and the date will be, what is tomorrow? 19? Let's make it 20. It says, it's a holiday, I don't care. I made arrangements. This one says, you're changing the goods issue date. The goods issue date is also the invoicing date. So I will change it. Now, if I go to the scheduling part here, you remember the number 7 icon? If you click here, this is that scenario. Confirm quantity 0. This, December 20 is this one. It considered the lead time, it considered lead time, it considered lead time. Oh, this is today. Confirm 0. My customer, Mr. Lee, says, I'm VIP. Right? What I will do, 1 minute, I will close the order and open another order, a rush order. But that's another day. Let us assume now, he's not VIP. He will wait for another. So what date can you deliver? If you cannot deliver on the 20th, when? I might want to consider that. System says I can deliver only on the 24th. If I look at the 24th now, it says item available 19 tomorrow. Yeah? But I still need to ship it to Mr. Lee's place. The transit time 1 day. Right? So from this to this 12/19 is this date. Both of them are the same arrow up to here. This 24 is also here. This now says forward scheduling. Your backward scheduling was not confirmed. We now move to forward. So if this is today, the system now comes out with the same arrows. This one now is your pick pack. You should now do the packing here. Now remember my transportation planning time is shorter. So this one has to be here. This one is crucial. You will forget this. I'm kind of sure. The issue here is that the end point of this two, the end result, should be a common loading date. So they should end at the same time. Because if you start booking, the truck will arrive early with nothing to load into it. This one is wrong. You have to make sure that the truck arrives in time when your pick pack time finishes. So this is your transportation planning time. And then you add your loading lead time. Then this one is your PGI date. Then you add your transit time. This one now is your new date. That one is the December 24th. Okay? So when you ordered, this was the date, it was too short to confirm. The system on backward scheduling could not confirm. It says confirmation 0. That one was this. Do not open this because it's illogical to look at. If you open this one, the dates do not tally. Okay. It's already December 23 and December 20. Right? It does not tally. So you open the second one. You open the one where it says confirm. This one. Now, on your screen, is it the shipping point on your screen? You have a shipping point, isn't it? Shipping point definition. I left you there. Don't tell me you closed that. You close everything. Did I say close?
Yeah.
I just said do not touch. Do not touch is different from close. Open it again. IMG, enterprise structure, definition, logistics execution. Open the shipping point 1000 to be generic. You have to fix your shipping point. IMG, enterprise structure, definition, logistics execution, define, copy, delete, shipping point. Open shipping point 1000. Okay, are you there? Now
No.
guys, listen. Did you notice there's a 00 here? Did you notice in my screen there's a 00? If these are all zeros, it means you're doing daily scheduling. So this is backward, this is forward. Okay, take picture. I'll erase. Sorry, typical in companies that has a schedule of delivery only at daytime. Either morning, afternoon, you ship out goods. Some companies, they have shifts. Yeah? But still, the delivery only happens at that first shift. Not 10 a.m., 3 p.m. That's no problem. You use this. But some companies, when they do shifting, they also ship out goods at 10 p.m., at 3 a.m. That one, you're doing precise schedule. You are on a shipping point, right? Put your cursor on the field called working times. Open shipping point 1000 or whatever shipping point you want. On shipping point, on the shipping point, there is this field called working times. Is that an S? On the working times, it now fills into 2. If it is blank, you're doing daily scheduling. When you say daily scheduling, you're doing this one. All zeros here. It means you prepare ship outs on the first shift, on daytime shift. When there's an entry there, how do I say populated or with entry? Populated. Okay, just to be sure, not empty. So I am very, very clear, crystal clear. What are the options there? Huh? What's the code?
WTGE25.
This WGE2S is a shifting schedule. If you indicate something on the working times, it goes into precise scheduling. Okay? Now, this is magic and this is very, very important. When you say daily scheduling or precise scheduling, it is controlled by the shipping point. Specifically, the field called working times. Is that clear enough? Whether you understood precise or daily. Whether the system will do daily or precise scheduling is dependent on the shipping point. To be specific, the working times field. If you're having blank or populated, it drives whether it's daily scheduling and or precise scheduling. To be more specific, we have 4 lead times. We have pick-pack time, we have loading time, we have transit time, we have transportation. I just make it shorter because it's very long. Planning time. This is transportation planning time, eh? So, the pick-pack time and loading time is a lead time where, Susan? Where do we find pick-pack time and loading time? Bastan? Where did we see that?
Shipping point.
Shipping point, you're there right now. You should see it now. But the transit time and transportation planning time, where do we find this? Route. Okay? So this one is a lead time and shipping point. This one is a lead time in the route. Okay? Now, if we're doing daily scheduling, okay, the system considers the timing here in days, in days, in days, in days. That's why you see on your shipping point 1.0. It can be 0.5. That is in days. Okay? The full stop or the dot connotes days. If you're doing precise, the pick-pack time becomes hours and minutes. The loading time becomes hours and minutes. the transportation planning time becomes hours and minutes, the transit time is still in days. Did I tell you on the route one of them is not used? It's always the days portion. In precise scheduling, all of you don't save up. You change, you put the working times, put something in it. You press enter, the lead times will be gone. When you put an entry on the pick pack time and loading time, it does not allow the dot. It's expecting you to type the column because it's expecting you hours and minutes. Try it out now, faster. When you're in the shipping point, right?
Yes.
Do not save this, huh? Put your WTG something on the working times. Put an entry there. Press enter.
Display more.
So
Only one person can make changes.
my mistake. Then I have to demonstrate that. So with that, then we will make it so slash.
Oh, it's not displayed.
I do not need you to see the program.
Oh, okay.
Everybody slash n. Slash n, press enter. Slash n, press enter. Do not save it. Slash n, press enter. Now, S Pro again. Try looking for the shipping point again. Chin, can you dictate where is the shipping point? Did you press slash n? You press enter. You're in the easy access menu now. How to go to the shipping point? Definition. Dictate. IMG, enterprise structure. Definition. Logistics execution. Define, copy, delete, check, shipping point, and then open. Shipping point again, shipping point 1000. You should not lock each other anymore. When you open shipping point 1000, you should be on change mode. Right? No locking anymore. Why? Because I put the special program. Yeah? And I did not show Mr. Young. Confidential. So, on this one, go to the working times field, choose the one with entry, press enter. Take a look at the 1.0, it will be gone. The working times field, you said there's W2G something.
It's already populated.
It's already populated.
One.
So if it's populated, then look at the pick pack time and loading time. Is it one dot?
1,000, right?
It's a column, isn't it? Correct? Remove the WTG something now.
Okay.
Remove the entry. Press enter. Does it change?
Yes. One.
So it changes from days to hours and minutes. Bastan? Okay? Gayat? Now, guys, this is the premise though. If you put working times in the shipping point, it affects both the shipping point, pick pack time, loading time, and the route. In the route, it affects the transportation planning time. It does not affect this one. So, statement, whether it's daily or precise scheduling, the transit time is always taken in days. Okay? Difference, if it's precise scheduling, the pick pack time, the loading time, and the transportation planning time reverts to hours and minutes. It's all in the table. So on this table, be aware of this one. Okay? Ivan, are we still clear? Pardon? Pardon? Why what? Why must both be in days? I cannot answer that though. Okay? Because that is the master plan of SAP. Not everything I can guess. This one even I don't guess.
This is prefix, so
It's fixed like that. I opened the root, isn't it? I showed you that there's a field called, there's an alternative field for the transit time, which is hours and minutes. I said it is not being used. I also do not know why. Okay? Recap. Number 1. To tell SAP whether to make it daily or precise scheduling, you configure the shipping point determination. The one that shows whether it will be precise or whether it will be daily scheduling, it's the working times field. If the working times field in the shipping point is blank, the lead times taken in the shipping point, which is pick, pack time and loading time, and in the route, which is transit time and transportation planning time, are all considered in days. 1.0 day, 0.5 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. If you, however, put on your shipping point a working times entry, meaning it's populated as what she said, or in my terms, it's not empty, there's something there. If there's something there, the system shifts into precise mode. Precise scheduling means when you do pick pack time and when you do loading, when you do goods issue, there will be specific timing. This date, what time? That makes it precise. Did you notice the sales order? It's all 00. It will now have timing. Except the arrival at customer, because the transit time is in days. It does not say specifically what time it will arrive. Okay? So, on the customer delivery date and the goods issue date, in between those two is the transit time.
if the customer required to arrive in the morning,
Then you do precise scheduling. Or you tell the customer, I'm sorry, we don't do precise scheduling. Anytime within the day we will arrive. So here on the schedule line part here, it's confirmed for Feb 1, for January 2, and you see 00 here. Okay? This part here, this one will always be 00. Okay? Now, this one should be clear with you with what I wrote earlier. From transportation planning date and loading date, what lead time is in the middle? Between the transportation planning date and loading date, what lead time is there?
1 day.
Huh?
1 day.
What lead time is there? What did I tell her earlier? Between the transportation planning date and the loading date, it's the transportation planning time from the route. Between the pick pack time, which is, sorry, I said the answer. Between the material availability date and loading date, you have pick pack time. That's the accounting for the 1 day. If you just analyze the one I just wrote here, that you took picture on, look at it. That one answers for all of these. Okay? So it was not a funny diagram. It answers for what you have here. So the difference, if you move into precise, this one becomes hours and minutes on a certain day. Certain date, hours and minutes, certain date, hours and minutes, except for the delivery date. because the span between post goods issue and delivery date is transit time. And transit time is always in days. So this one will not have any entry. Then you will say, then why did they put that there? Okay? In ABA, did we talk about user exits? We did not. We don't talk about so many things. Eh? User exits allows you to change the way SAP does by picking certain programs in SAP Marketplace. If you are a certified consultant, or if you're if you're implementing something, the implementation program that you're doing under a certain company carries a certain code. It allows you inside SAP Marketplace. In the SAP Marketplace, there are certain enhancements there that can easily be adopted that is not being done right now. Oh, that one not pick up. Why is transit time always in days? I want it in hours and minutes. There might be a user exit rate, which is the reason why they have that one. If you don't adopt anything else, this one will always be zero. Question? Now, we'll move into the next one. When I created the order, I used OR. This is the last two. This is your transportation scheduling and delivery scheduling. Earlier, we went here. IMG, sales and distribution. Guys, let me click that so we will finish. I said early. We have 7 minutes. I will discuss this again next meeting. Do you see this delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling?
Yes.
Did I not say put it inside page 1? Yeah. So this delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling is dependent on the document type. For example, OR. OR is the account. So when I created this order, I use OR. You see OR there in delivery scheduling, there's an X. Okay. Delivery scheduling tells the system whether it will use the lead time in the shipping point or not. It has 3 options there. So here, on your order type, which is your page 1 basically, this one is no longer there. It's in another config. But you can equate it as controlled by the document type. So here, you have something called delivery scheduling. It says on delivery scheduling, if you're using OR, you have 3 options. Number 1, use, do not use, or use pick pack only. This 3 here is this one, the one with the letter X. So in your OR, you have 3 options. It says, if you put letter X, if you're doing OR document, a standard order, it means it will use all the lead times in your shipping point. Letter X says shipping scheduling on. That one is this. It says, if you find a shipping point, use the pick pack time and loading time. That's delivery scheduling. Set to letter X. That one is letter X. If you put blank, it means you may have a shipping point, but the system will not use the lead time of the shipping point. Okay? Where is that? I'll go up a bit. I'll go back to that one. I'll go up a bit. Did you notice on top is RO and it's blank? Compare this. Rush order. In rush order, the scenario in SAP is this. this customer will pick up the item from our warehouse, but we will exhaust all means to ensure that it is immediately prepared. Immediately as in, the lead time is 0 or negligible. Negligible lead time. This is why the delivery scheduling for rush order is blank. It means you may have a shipping point in a rush order, but the system does not utilize the lead time there in doing the backward scheduling, forward scheduling.
So you always can.
Because it assumes it's 0. That is why it confirms in rush order. You got it. I don't think others did. Anyway, we're going to discuss rush order later. In short, delivery scheduling tells SAP for a certain document type, should I use the pick-pack time and loading time? Should I not use the pick-pack time and loading time in the shipping point? Or there's another letter A. Letter A says without loading time. What are the 2 lead times in the shipping point? There are 2 lead times in the shipping point. What are they, Ivan? The 2 lead times at the shipping point. Pick, pack, and loading. It means if you put letter A, the system will only consider the entry in the pick, pack because it says without loading. So depending on your order type, the one that you're using, here it says OR. For OR, it says letter X. Letter X, shipping scheduling on means on your shipping point there, if you have it, use all the lead times there. Okay? So delivery scheduling tells SAP for a certain document type whether it will utilize the lead time in the shipping point only. The other one, the transportation scheduling, tells SAP whether it will use or not use the lead time in, if it's not shipping point, what's the next? The lead time in, if it's not the shipping point, what's the other one? In the route. The transportation scheduling says use or do not use the lead time in the route. This one though, on transportation scheduling, it's either a yes or a no. So, in transportation scheduling, you only have 2 choices here. You have a yes or a no. Okay? Now guys, I know you're confused again. Never mind. Give me a little chance.
Okay.
When you say delivery scheduling for your certain order type, you're telling SAP, do you want to consider the lead times in the route, in the shipping point? In transportation scheduling, do you want to consider the lead time in the route? Okay? Now, logic. Why don't I need the lead time in the shipping point? Maybe because I don't need it. Because the order is rushed. Then you will say, then why do I need a shipping point? Because I need to create a delivery document.
Mm-hmm.
So in delivery scheduling, you tell SAP, depending on your order type, whether it will consider the lead time in the shipping point. The transportation scheduling, depending on your order type, you tell the system whether to consider the lead time in the route. Okay? So summary. When you say delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling, you're telling SAP for a certain order type, use or not use the lead times. Delivery scheduling, lead time in the shipping point. Transportation scheduling, lead time in the route. It is all controlled by the 6 order type. Right? That is this 2. When we said precise and daily scheduling, the control belongs to shipping point. In precise and daily scheduling, the main controller here is the shipping point. It affects the lead time in the shipping point and then the lead time in the route. Okay? This one assumes you're using it. Yeah? But if you use it, do you use the days or time?
Documentize the override is
Huh? No, of course, this one, if you say no, then it will not use. This one is dead. Only if you're using OR. But you could use something else, isn't it? The shipping point can be derived in any document type. Okay? So that one is delivery, transportation, precise, daily. Okay? So precise and daily scheduling is controlled by the shipping point. It tells the system whether, in considering the lead times, are we using days or hours and minutes? That one is controlled by the shipping point. The other one, the delivery scheduling and transportation scheduling, is controlled by the document type, by the SATY. It tells the system whether we consider it at all. Delivery scheduling, do we consider the lead time in the shipping point? Transportation scheduling, do we consider the lead time in the route? And then we say good night. Did you